Hello, my quilting friends. My name is Leah Day, and welcome to Mini Block Monday, where I teach you how to piece a super cute miniature quilt block. So today we're going to piece this on-point heart. For this block, you will need 8 different fabrics cut 1 1/4 inches square. From white, you'll need 1 1 1/4 inch square and 2 2.5 inch squares. Arrange all of the 1 1/4 inch pieces, and you're going to stitch these together in rows. Then stitch the rows together, being careful to match these seams. Here's what it looks like whenever you finish piecing this little block. Now for the tricky part of this block. You're going to take it to your cutting mat, and you're going to trim this down to 2 5/8 inches square. But you want to cut a little bit from each side, just like so. Work your way around the block, trimming a little bit from each side until it is cut down to measure 2 5/8 inches square. While you're at your cutting mat, take your 2.5 inch squares and cut them in half on the diagonal to create a total of 4 triangles. Now we're going to make this scrappy heart on point. First step is to take your sides and fold them in half and put a little crease mark on both ends. Do the same thing with your triangles. Fold them in half and crease that center point. Now you're going to place the triangle and match up so those center points are right on top of each other. Take this to your machine and stitch 1/4 inch from the edge. Do the same thing with the opposite side. Here's what it looks like once you get that step stitched. Going ahead and open up all of these seam allowances so they lay nice and flat. This helps to reduce bulk on the back of the block, and it also helps your block come out a lot more accurate. There we go. This is looking good, but you can see we have these little extra flaps on the ends. Take this to your cutting mat once again and just trim off those flaps on both ends. And here's what it will look like once you get that block trimmed. You can see I did not trim the block center, I only trimmed off the little flags on the ends. Now we're going to repeat that step again, folding the block in half, finding the midpoint of that side, and lining that up with the midpoint of a triangle. Stack that together, and again, take it to your machine and stitch 1/4 inch from the edge. And do that on both sides to complete your block. And here's what it looks like once you get that stitching complete. Again, press those seam allowances open and flat. Give the block a nice press from a hot, dry iron. And there's one last step to this process, and that is trimming your block down to the correct size. We make this ever so slightly big so that way you can trim it accurately. Take it to your cutting mat and cut it down to measure exactly 3.5 inches square, making sure to line up the 1/4 inch mark on your ruler with all of these points. And here's what it looks like when you finish your on-point heart. It's definitely going to be a block that depends a lot on cutting, so take your time and enjoy the process. Now, if you'd like a fun project to make with this heart, something to do with it, here you go, Valentine's Day cards. You can find the templates for these cards in our Quilt Friends Club. This is our little bonus project that we offer every month. We do something a little different and a way of using your mini blocks to create something pretty. So come and check it out at QuiltFriends.Club. So that's it for this tutorial. If you'd like to find more Mini Block Monday videos, click here to find a playlist of them all. And if you'd like more tips on quilt piecing, click here to find a video with my 5 main tips for piecing successfully. And if you'd like to learn even more, I have written a book about piecing. You can find it on my website at leahday.com/piece. Until next time, let's go quilt.